Pencils down. That's it, baby.
Ow.
Pencils. You got them. You got a
Down.
pencil in
Put it
hand. You
down.
put it fucking down. You put it right the fuck down.
Drop it.
There's
Fucking
no
drop it.
bullshitting. There's no bullshitting
it.
here. Not with us. Not here.
Not
this
now.
is Ramble.
Not ever.
No.
Not here. Not
Eddie,
ever.
this is Ramble 367.
It was Ramble 367.
It was. This is just bonus time. This is just
That
Ramble
was
367
Ramble 367.
bonus time. Right. It again.
DOT,
I
as
say
we
pencils
call it.
down. This is overtime. This is we're we're in the end zone now. We're in the sudden death Ramble Nation.
Ramble Nation's here in the sudden death zone.
In the sudden death zone, Ramble
The Ramble
Nation.
Nation.
We're gonna carry you through.
Sudden death is savage, bro. I mean, because it's
Savage,
just,
bro.
it's
You've like
savage.
fucking one score fucking wins, bro. It's fucking savage.
Right, you're like the other team doesn't even get the ball, bro. It's savage.
If you fucking score, it's fucking over, bro.
It's fucking over, bro.
It's fucking it, man. A giant fuck you to the Washington front office for just handing the 49ers Chase Young.
For
My
nothing.
God, for nothing.
Pennies on the dollar.
Pennies on the dollar for maybe one of the best defensive players out in the league.
Like, I got some problems here. Like, okay, the Montez Sweat trade to the Bears for a second round pick, I didn't mind that. I was like, you know what? We can't re-sign all these people. If you can get a second round pick for somebody, that's that's gold. And especially the Bears, that's a high second round pick.
Dude.
You're practically in the bottom of the first round with the Bears.
But with the Niners, you're basically giving a fourth round pick with that third round pick.
It's basically because the Niners, the pick they gave us was a compensatory pick for a free agent they lost the year before. So it's not even like, it wasn't even like taking picks from them. It was like a third pick, an extra third they had anyway.
If Chase Young decides to test the free agent market and leave, they get that pick back, don't they, the Niners? That's what I'd heard.
Maybe.
Like there was some terminology in there where they might even get that fucking thing back if he just is like,
that one I didn't understand. The Montez Sweat one made total sense to me. The Chase Young one, I get it if the ownership is going, and apparently the ownership had a big hand in all of this shit. Apparently they're going, you guys have had 4 years with this defense, and you guys are below average. So we're just going to sell off assets, stockpile draft picks, and let you guys enjoy coaching your last 9 football games.
Whoa, wow. There it is.
That's
Jack Del
what
Rio back on the streets for Jack Del Rio.
It's going to be a hot ticket item.
Back on the streets.
For the XFL. So it was that was a weird one. I didn't, and then like that. Now you got Boa and Chase Young. Oh, that's crazy.
I know. Now, you think it's just you and me today, of course, but it is. Cody's got more screenings, so he's saying more screenings. So he's saying. So he says it's film festival season. It's that run.
Sure it is.
That's what he says.
Sure.
That's what he says.
Sure it is.
It's film festival season
going on,
but he's never seen exactly.
Right.
Because I don't buy this film festival shit from a guy who's never seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space. How on earth are you gonna tell me I'm supposed to listen to your take on movies when you've never seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space? I'm supposed to listen to you.
Yeah, when we had to force you to watch Cobra, we had to force you to watch Cobra.
And now I'm supposed to listen to your Oscar-worthy buzz picks. Enough. Okay. We had to force you to watch Cobra. You've never seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I mean, whew.
Only so much.
Only so much. There's only so much. There's only so much.
Only so much.
You know, he's probably never even seen Commando.
Dude, why even say stuff like that? That's just gonna elicit anger from me.
I know.
That he's never seen. That he'd even think he's never seen Commando.
The top 5 all-time film, Commando.
Yeah.
Top 3 all-time.
Probably top 3. I mean, I think you put Commando, First Blood Part 2, and Cobra. I mean, those are all interchangeable.
Right somewhere. Then you have your Godfathers, your Citizen Kane.
Yeah. Whatever. If you can get through them.
If you can, right.
I mean, and you know what? Wild card. I'm throwing Delta Force in there.
And we thought the Avengers was a big team up. Oh yeah, the Avengers is a big. Have you seen Delta Force? How
Delta
quick?
Force.
How quick does Delta Force handle the Thanos problem? How quick? God,
he never gets the gauntlet. He never gets the gauntlet if Delta Force is involved.
If Delta Force is there, he doesn't even get the fucking glove to put the stones in. That's all. That's a title.
He doesn't even let that giant troll guy build him a glove because Delta Force has already taken out all of it.
That guy's done.
If Delta Force is involved, forget about it.
I want to title this "How Quick Does Delta Force Take Out Thanos?" But I just worried that there's an actual Delta Force in the U.S. military, and we're gonna come across as like Trump or dipshits. You know what I mean? Like that's bro. Let me just make sure Delta Force is a fictional entity.
Well, there could be a Delta Force that we don't know about. That's the thing.
Right.
We don't know what. The secret team. Delta Force.
Yeah, I think they're real. They're fucking real.
There is a Delta Force.
Yeah. So, how quick does Chuck Norris's Delta Force? Is that the better title? Right.
Take out Thanos.
How quick does Chuck? But then I don't want to get in that little hacky Chuck Norris shit either.
Yeah, that's been played.
It's done to death.
Okay, how quick do the Ice Pirates take out Thanos?
It's over. 2 solar babies wiping. The solar babies.
So there we go. Problem solved. How quick do the Ice Pirates take out Thanos?
There it is. And it is a squash.
Oh,
I mean, it is
not even close.
Look, can I get half the Lost Boys? Take him out. Half the Lost Boys. I mean, you don't even need all the Lost Boys.
You don't even got to call everybody.
Nah.
Call 2 of them.
They fuck him up. The Monster Squad. Half the Monster Squad takes out. You see the cool kid with the leather jacket and Horace. That's it. That's all you need. Just Horace and the kid with the leather jacket. Those are the only.
He cuts right through. He cuts right through all 3 of the.
Cull Obsidian and the
Cull Obsidian.
The other guy, Ebony, whatever, and the chick,
Ebony Maw. They're not even
fucking.
They turn tail and run, leaving Thanos there.
Right there, Horace just by himself.
Spears him. Just spears him.
Just takes him out, and there's no ooh, man. Speaking of spooky season here, nothing better than the Monster Squad. Nothing.
Pretty good.
That is probably the greatest team up in film history.
Might be.
Look who they took on. Dracula, Frankenstein, all the fucking the Wolfman.
Yeah.
Got them all.
Didn't
they turn Frankenstein? Didn't he end up helping him? I don't remember.
I think he ended up helping him because Frankenstein wasn't inherently evil, just
just kind of a big idiot, and so they got him. They got him to help. It was. I mean, think about that.
He wasn't malicious.
Think about that. They took out all the classic monsters by themselves. The Monster Squad. We didn't need anything else.
It's the classic monsters, or like you have like Legion of Doom,
right?
Thanos and his culprits,
right?
The Legion of Mutants. What was Magneto's group? The
Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Brotherhood of Mutants, right?
Yeah.
And then you got Monster Squad.
They
sits atop all of them.
Who scares them? Who scares the Monster Squad? That's again. Who scares them? Nobody. Nobody.
Like I said, maybe Delta Force. Maybe Delta Force.
I don't even see them. I don't see them.
Probably not.
Horace by himself is just. I mean, he fucking kicked Wolfman in the nuts.
Right.
What else do you need? Is that our first draft? I know we're gonna do a trading thing. I think we should eventually do a Monster Squad Goonies. Like, who's the most tradable? Who do you keep?
Now with the Goonies, you have your core Goonies, but then you have the sister or the love interest. What her friend?
Martha Plimpton. Her friend
Martha Plimpton. Is she technically a Goonie?
She's a
Can
Goonie.
you trade her?
She's a Goonie. She's a Goonie.
She can be traded.
Now I don't know what you get for her. I mean, I think you throw her in. If let's say you're trying to get Horace, You know what I mean?
But you're trying to unload some contracts. You're throwing her in.
Throw her in. If you're calling the Monster Squad to try to get Horace to join the Goonies, she's definitely, because what you want is a pair Chunk and Horace. Yeah, that's what you
ideally.
Ideally, you want to put them together.
You want that to be your front court.
Yes, you want Chunk and Horace
crashing the boards as much as possible.
No, yeah. So I think Martha Plimpton's character, you just toss that in to make contracts match up.
I mean, she's a week 6. I wouldn't even have her.
No, yeah, she's not. She's definitely not first off the bench.
You pull someone
with the
Goonies,
the G League. She's not first. No.
You pull someone from the G League before you put her in the game. Yeah.
You have okay. So Sloth right now is currently constructed. It's Sloth is your center.
Oh, for sure.
Chunk your power forward.
Chunks your power forward. Data is like your garbage man or your shooting guard. He might even be like a small forward. He could be a small forward.
Small forward, and then your backcourt is Corey Feldman and the main guy, Aston.
Yeah.
Aston, Feldman and Sean Aston.
That's your backcourt.
That's your backcourt. And then your first guy off the bench is Thanos. What's his face? What's his name? Fucking Thanos.
Jeff Brolin. What's
Josh
his face?
Brolin. Josh Brolin. He's your first guy off the bench. There it is. He's your energy guy off the bench. Like fuck, they're coming at us in waves.
Now hear me out. Just so you have some height up there, you put Brolin in at the small forward position.
Oh, so Data's
have Data coming in. He's the crafty guy. He's the guy you can't game plan for because you don't know what he's up. You
don't know what he's gonna do. He might. That's right.
You have him coming off the bench, so no one knows what's going on.
You have the slick shoes guy. So then you just have my guy. Who's getting a rebound? Who's getting a rebound with Sloth, Chunk, and
pinchers of power? I mean, you're not getting pinchers of power.
If those are your forwards and center, who's getting a rebound? And then I don't know how you stop Heyman Aston at the 4 and 5. I don't know how you stop.
Now, if you put the Goonies, the Goonies starting lineup, that starting 5 with Data coming off the bench against the Teen Wolf's team as constructed.
They beat the shit out. Sloth handles the wolf by himself. Sloth, are you kidding?
Okay.
You just tell Sloth, hey, stop the wolf. That's it.
He's got a Baby Ruth in his pants.
It's over. Let me tell you something. Sloth obliterates him. It is it's one of those things.
And Chunk and Francis, that's a heat. That's a draw, right? That's a push.
And then anyone else, number 45 is your only problem now with the Teen Wolf team. But I'm not worried. I'll face him with Brolin.
I think Brolin can
with Brolin, Aston, and Feldman. I'm not worried.
Yeah,
not even a little worried. You just tell Sloth, you stop that fucking wolf.
You kill the wolf.
You get that wolf out of here. You get that wolf out.
He's got all the Baby Ruths. He's got all the Baby Ruths. He knows where they all are.
It is. I'm telling you, Cat. Do you mind if I get really hot here?
No, go.
Goonies win by 35. I'm telling you, it is not even close against the Teen Wolf squad.
Wow.
If you have Sloth at
Martha
center,
Plimpton's getting some garbage time.
Oh, she's out there. She's gonna play 15 minutes. She probably plays 50. It's over. It is over by the third quarter.
You're resting starters by end of the third period.
God, it's done. It's just done. Oh man, what a catch up! What a catch up!
Wow,
my God.
Absolutely.
You know, it was funny. I was in Vegas, Eddie, and I went to. Oh, by the way, geez, here we are, 14 minutes. Ramble at the ramblepod.com. We're on X, whatever that dickwad calls it. At podcast, it's so badass, bro.
X.
It's on the edge,
it's
bro.
Fucking X. It's savage.
It's on the edge. Fucking savage.
X is savage.
He fucking renamed Twitter X, bro. It's fucking savage. So
savage.
We're Ramble at the Ramble.
Weed with him, bro. He's savage.
He's fucking savage, bro. These guys are savages. Ramble at the Ramble Pod. The Ramble Pod. And what else do we got? What else do we have? Ramble at the Ramble Pod. We're on X at Podcast Ramble #1. Instagram at Podcast Ramble. YouTube, the Ramble Teeb. The Ramble Teeb. And we also have the whatchamacallit, Eddie, our merch page, TeePublic.
Sure, TeePublic until
we
the
were
new one
promised.
gets. I
We were
cannot
promised
wait.
there's a better one. We were
It's gonna
told
be the Taj Mahal of merch pages.
The
You know
Taj
that, right?
Mahal. The Taj
It's gonna be the
Mahal.
Taj Mahal of the merch
Taj
stores
Mahal.
when
The
that thing
Taj
gets
Mahal.
built.
Taj Mahal.
Eighth wonder of the world. I'm calling it right now.
Once it happens, once it
Eighth
happens,
wonder of the world.
Eighth wonder of the world. Taj Mahal. And then I think let me double check. I think we might still. I don't want to be the bearer of bad tidings. But
I don't want to throw out what I have to say in a second.
Do you want me to?
Your look. I can tell by your look. These people.
These fucking people.
These fucking people.
These fucking people. We don't ask for much. Just, if you could just subscribe, positive text review, 5-star rating. That's it. That's on iTunes. That's it. We're not asking for money. We're not Patreoning this shit. We're not asking for money. Just subscribe, 5-star rating, positive text. That's it.
I mean, we could put all that Hemp Vita money that we have into fake subscribers.
How easy that would be if we could do that. We could do that in 2 seconds. We're not stooping to that level.
No,
we're not stooping to that.
First of all, we're not touching the Hemp Vita money. That's our nest egg.
Well, first off, I don't even think we're like after the first Hemp Vita check, we don't even need to touch the second Hemp Vita check.
That's true. That's very true.
After the first one, we don't even need to touch the second one. That's how big this Hemp Vita thing is.
And I think the third one, if I remember correctly, we just tore it up.
Yeah.
Because that's how big the first two were. We lit it on fire. We're like, we don't need any more money.
Colton won't have to worry about it.
No.
That third check. His kid's probably going to be fine after that second check.
That Hemp Vita. Cheddar.
Oh, fuck. All right, so what is it? Pretend you're hearing the music here. Pretend you're hearing the music 16 minutes, 17 minutes. It's been a long time. Now I'm coming back home. I've been away now. Oh, how I've been alone. Wait till I come back to your side. We'll forget the tears we cried. I'll have you know. So there we go. All right. You ought to know that I've been good as I can be. There we are, baby. Bam. Ramble 367. Damn. Here it is. Man, so I was in Vegas and I went. I didn't realize this, but I didn't know how close the Tupac Memorial is to the hotel, the Signature, the MGM. It's like a 15-minute walk.
Yeah.
And I was there before Andrea showed up at night. And I was like, oh, there it is. It's just the graffiti-covered light post with all the rest in peace. And I almost started playing How Do You Want It on my phone like an idiot. And then I thought, I would just look like Spinal Tap doing the fucking singing Elvis off key at his grave. So I was like, this is dumb. Why did that thought even remotely enter my head? This is so stupid. But anyway, it was cool to see it though. But yeah, man. But here we go. So, man, it's Eddie. It's time for the goosebump moment of we're already there. The goosebump moment of the day. Do you
already there?
Are you ready for one? Do you have one ready to roll?
I do. It's not my best. It's not as good as Lone Ranger last time, but this it's a goosebump. For me as an adult, it was a good goosebump.
Is it John Goodman saying "Yabba Dabba Doo"?
Dude, you ruined it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Yabba Dabba Doo.
I'm gonna go Link to the Past, Super Nintendo, when you first find the Master Sword and Link pulls the sword out of the stone.
Sure.
I felt like I was playing like an actual mythological story, right? As a young high schooler. Because it was that odd period where like I was still all out on nerding out on shit, but also discovering Shannon Tweed's tits on Cinemax on Friday and Saturday night. You know what I mean? So it would be like, oh God, I have to, but it was like, so I would make time on Friday and I would make time to play Super Nintendo and jerk off when mom fell asleep to Cinemax to go turn on Cinemax and see if you could see Shannon Tweed's or Joan Severinsen's tits. And they didn't disappoint. It was pretty good. Most weekend nights on Cinemax, you're either going to see Shannon Tweed or Joan Severance naked. Sometimes both.
Right.
Sometimes you'd get
sometimes both.
Sometimes both. Sometimes you get a back-to-back. I don't know if they ever were starred in anything together. That would have been, again, even better,
Right.
bigger than the Avengers. But man, so what was your goosebump moment, Eddie? Mine was definitely that moment, though.
This one happened to me as an adult, as a young adult. I think.
Okay. All right.
Gosh, how old was I?
So you were already a Mang. You were becoming.
I was already living out here in California.
Oh my!
I was 20. I'm trying to think. It was 1999. I've been out here for like a year and a half. I guess I was 25, 24, 25 years old.
Yeah. A young Mang.
I went and saw. I believe it was the Meet Joe Black. I saw it in the theater.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Because there was a rumor that this particular film was going to debut a trailer at the beginning of this movie.
What was the trailer? What was the Meet Joe Black trailer? I think I know this.
I believe it was Meet Joe Black. I think it was some movie I didn't care about seeing, but I went and saw it just because I wanted to see the trailer.
What was it?
And it was the Phantom Menace.
For us, it was the Water Boy. The Adam Sandler film, The Water Boy.
I think it did The Water Boy, Meet Joe Black.
Meet Joe Black sounds right too. Yeah,
I think it was Meet Joe Black. I think, but again, I can't be sure. But I remember sitting there, and the whole the theater was packed, and there was so much buzz when the lights went down because everybody knew the trailer was coming. Right. And you see, I think it starts every saga has a beginning. Shows up on the screen, right, and then you see that misty shot of
with
those
the Gungans.
Walking through the swamp.
It looked amazing.
And I got goosebumps now thinking about it. Like the hair on the back of my neck is standing up thinking about this.
It was the best.
And just seeing that going, holy, and even then I'm like, he fucking did it.
He did it. It's going to be a home run. This is going to be a grand slam of a movie. And I believe that was also the Darth Maul showing the double-sided.
Towards the end, but literally that opening, every saga has a beginning, and then it fades, and you hear the or whatever, and then you see them walking through the mist, and I was like,
oh god, where the fuck is this? What are those things?
It was epic. Shit. It was epic looking for a trailer.
It might still be the best trailer. It was so good. I know it's
not knowing anything about what the movie was going to be or
not
any of the
live up
nothing.
To the hype of the trailer.
It did not. But that trailer, that opening shot of that trailer was pure goosebumps.
Still, pure absolutely. Goosebumps. It was so fucking good. Yeah. I'll never forget
just hearing that whoa, you're like, what is that sound?
And then hearing Liam Neeson, Anakin, when fucking Darth Maul jumps out and Tatooine,
and just every saga has a beginning, and you're like, that says everything.
Yes, there it is. Here we are. Wow. And then the movie comes out and we're all like this.
You're like, oh, okay. But still, I had that one moment.
It was, and boy, and I'm with you. It was what a moment. I remember I was working at a bookstore in Dallas.
Yeah.
And I remember when the Duel of the Fates was a video on MTV.
Oh.
Remember that? I remember apologizing to my mom in the middle of conversation at the restaurant we were at on my lunch break so I could run and look at the TV and just geek out because it had like behind the scenes shit. You know what I mean? It would cut to John Williams conducting and then clips from the movie.
Yeah,
and then behind the scenes of them building the sets and all that shit. And you're like, oh my God. Oh, this is it. I remember working at the bookstore. This was one of the first major spoilers. The soundtrack came out.
Oh, the soundtrack! Like I got spoiled the same way
before the movie. It was about 2 weeks.
I got spoiled the night of the movie. We were just killing time.
Oh no!
Because I saw it at Universal City Walk, and there used to be a Tower Records or whatever right there next to it. Now it's a Sugar Shack or something.
Right.
But there used to be, and the soundtrack was sitting there. And we were there like an hour early, and we're like, oh, let's just go in there. And I was just killing time. Yeah. And I flipped over the back of the CD and I read. And I was so close to not knowing what was going to happen.
It was like 2 weeks before the movie had come out.
Yeah.
I think that we got the soundtrack in stock because I worked in the music department.
Yeah.
And then there it is. You flip it, track 11, Qui-Gon's funeral. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Qui-Gon's noble end or something like that.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck is this shit?
I had actively avoided all spoilers for as long as possible.
Yeah.
45 minutes before I sit down in the theater, I turn over the
is.
CD, and
And
there
it was, I was just like the guy before the brawl on Geraldo Rivera. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
They could have just said his noble end or a noble end.
A noble end. Then you're like, what the fuck? Who is
You don't need to call it Qui-Gon's noble end.
No.
What the fuck, dude?
That was rough.
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt.
Like, y'all motherfuckers.
Y'all so close.
Oh,
so close.
It hurt. It hurt. Well, there we go. Great goosebump moments. Now, Eddie, it's time for easily one of the more popular segments on Ramble is the Finger Blast song of the day. Hold on, though. We have, you know what, though? Before we do that, I need to, lest I forget. We got an email. I have to hop.
You got to give the people the voice.
Yes. I mean,
we are the voice of the voiceless.
These fucking people. Don't get me wrong. These fucking people.
These fucking people, right?
But when they send an email, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
You know, I mean, I want to be like, you fucking people. You want me to read this? You know what I mean?
You want me to read it? Now you want me to
read this? These fucking people who can't fucking subscribe to us and give us a 5-star rating and a
maybe the person who wrote it has done all that stuff. So
let's hope.
You know,
it's can I say this? Least they could do. Least they could do.
Very least.
First of all, Charles Phillips CP says, you guys made the death battle so amazing. I loved it. I had Dawson winning 2 in a sneaky pin on an unconscious Steve Harvey after Combs takes out everyone. He says, Down with the Sickness is a shittier song. You have no idea how many karaoke covers I've heard from badasses that love it. And he gives Mr. Biggs To Be With You a finger bang song of the day. Takes us back to 7th grade. There it is. Well, they're fooling with his buddies, girlfriend's best friends, and they're all doing the same thing.
Sure.
But Anthony Flores, too cool for school. Hey, Jerry, Eddie, maybe Cody Mijente. Hey there, fellas. Been a minute since last email. Eddie, at Jerry's behest, because he mentioned this when I was streaming. I'm writing this email to share with you a truly wonderful idea that came about during a Retro Rocha After Dark. This was when I was in Vegas streaming After Dark.
Okay.
A skin flick series starring 80s sitcom stars. Of course, the rule is no children. We're not Matt Gaetz.
Sure, right.
But here's his all-star. Here's the all-star cast that was come up with. You ready?
Alex Karros has to headline this, I would imagine.
He's not even in it.
Then it's not a list.
It's not a list. So it starts with Reginald Johnson, of course. Called the Hammer. We get Judith Light, the chick who played Mona, Scott Baio, Ricky Schroeder. Well, they were kids, weren't they? At that
they were kids. Ricky Schroeder was a child.
He can't be in this. No. Scott Baio, Mr. Belvedere, B. Arthur with a strap on, Estelle Getty, Mrs. Garrett, Mr. Drummond's Rhea Perlman, the cast of Cheers, Carol O'Connor. Matlock because I thought Matlock probably had a huge cock.
We're missing easy ones here.
I know.
Alex Karros, Ted Knight, Jim J. Bullock,
just fucking everybody.
Whatever's moving, he's fucking.
Angela Lansbury, Marklyn Baker, Bronson Pinchot, Tony Danza, Nell Carter, the parents of Family Ties, Alan Thicke, the dad from Alf, who's just gonna be smoking crack and blowing dudes, Alf, Bob Uecker, Marla Gibbs, and Jack Hay. So
no Laverne and Shirley? No Laverne and Shirley.
Well, this is more 80s, not 70s. So this is why we need they want us to know if we could come up with some kind of cohesive plot that could tie all this. How did this all start?
With that massive cast?
With that massive cast, we have to.
I think you just have to go, like, that's just a fucking Bang Bro van. That's just a fucking driving around. I don't know. With that kind of cast, there's no plot. That's just, they're all dressed in Roman, like, armor and togas, and it's just
Caligula. It's just Caligula
orgy.
With Alex Karras, when he's in there, how many people does he scare off with that fucking hog of his? How many people?
Oh, Reginald V. Johnson won't even do a scene with him. He won't even do a boy-girl scene.
I think the dad from Alf dies trying to take Alex Karras. He's trying to, I can handle that cock. Bring that over here.
How much crack can I get?
And Alex Karras just rips him to shreds. He's like, oh!
And is the guy in the Alf suit not part of this?
He's in it. Oh yeah.
Okay, he's
absolutely.
in it. Okay.
But I think it becomes uncomfortable after one of them dies trying to handle Alex Karras.
The dad from Alf for sure is. I think they just continue to fuck around his corpse. He's laying. They're not fucking his corpse. They're just fucking around his corpse. Because no one cares about that guy.
You know who I think is? I know it's sitcoms, but Devin from Knight Rider should be slinging some dick in there just a little bit.
Well, then you got to throw in the A-team at some point.
Edward Mulier needs to go get him some pussy.
You got to throw in Hannibal.
Maybe that's like they can't come up with a dick bigger than Karras. And then Hannibal, wow, you want one? Shit. Hannibal takes his rod out. It's like, oh God.
Okay.
So there it is. Born to Run. You're welcome. You're welcome. There's your plot.
The
Caligula fuck bus, and the dad from Alf does not survive Alex Karras. That shouldn't be that funny, but it is, Eddie. I don't know why, but it just is. It shouldn't be as humorous as we've made. It just is. Out. Oh fuck. Does Conrad Bain shit on his dead body? Does Conrad Bain, Mr. Drummond, does he just shit on the dad from Alf's dead body? It's like as an extra fuck you. Because nobody likes him, like you said. Nobody likes him.
Nobody cared for the guy.
They all want him out. So,
okay. All right.
Our finger blast song of the day. Mine, Eddie?
Yeah.
And look, by the way, this is the last time it's going to be like this. There's going to be a little bit more structure to future finger blast songs of the day.
Not just free reign of the
No, we're going to have some more structure to it. But right now, I'm going to have to pick Jefferson Starship and Miracles. If only you believe. Like, who hasn't finger blasted to that song? I honestly think, Eddie, that is the Auld Lang Syne of finger blasting jingles.
It's up there. It's
like your grandpa hears that and starts phantom moving the. You know what I mean? Like
they play it for Alzheimer's patients, and their hands just start doing.
If only you believe like I believe, we get by. I mean, come on. That's a Hall of Famer, right?
That is up there. That's
a goddamn Hall of Fame. If only you
finger blasting song.
Like I believe we get by. What's yours, man?
I don't think it's Hall of Fame worthy, but
okay. All right.
I think it'll do in a pinch.
Okay.
I think if you're flipping through the disc collection and you're like, okay, I
need to.
She's ready. I got to find something.
French tickler has been snapped on.
Right. And you're just in a panic and you're reaching.
Right. Yeah.
And if you can find Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers.
Oh shit. Ooh.
I think it'll do in a pinch.
Ghost. The movie Ghost did its best to try to class that up, but we all know that's a finger blast.
We know that's a finger banger right there. We know. In a pinch, I think.
Now, good for the movie Ghost for doing their best to try and class that thing up.
But we know what that song is.
We know what that.
That's a finger banger. That's a finger banger.
Oh, absolutely. Man. Look at that. Look at all we've accomplished so far.
So much.
And we're not even at the big money shot. And this is our newest segment. This is our newest thing we're doing. And we're going deep. And today we're going deep on the movie, The Silence of the Lambs. And why it's so fun. Dude, I remember this was one of the first movies I saw where I'm like, oh, I get it. I get the serious adult movie. right? Like, oh fuck, this is
I don't need large explosions and laser guns to be
right. Like
drawn
this
into a
is
film.
to be like, holy shit, what the fuck is this? This is like, man, there's so many. I honestly don't know if there is a second that's out of place in this movie. I don't know if there's one second that's bad.
It's one of those near perfect films. Yeah.
I don't know what else it's up there. You know, like I know Tarantino had said Back to the Future. Absolutely. But this is I don't know every performance is fucking great. Like, even down to like the bit part, like the cop when Lecter breaks out of right at the end, and the cop that he mutilates and just leaves lying there for dead, and that he's actually wearing the face of, right?
Yeah.
Remember that the other cop who's just like, that's Jim Pamper, damn it, now talk to him. Yeah. Like that guy was amazing.
I think Charles Napier played that role, I believe.
Right. He was so good. He's in it for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's just that whole, like, that's one of the best acted, like, that's Jim Pamper, damn it, now talk to him. Like, fuck. Yeah. It was so fucking good that, I mean, man, I remember, like, it's no creepier creep in film history than Buffalo Bill. I mean, it just, everything about it. And then, like, and what was great, the time I saw that, like you were saying, like, it was just like, oh, this is the first thing where I don't need like the big special effects, or you know what I mean?
It's one of those alien doesn't have to be involved,
right? Yeah. And the Jesus, as good as it is, and then that fucking tension at the end when he turns the lights and then he just puts on the fucking goggles and you're like, oh gosh, she's dead. Oh Jesus, she's dead.
And you just keep seeing his hand like going
oh God, it is, and it's like, and again, he could have had her at any moment there. He could have killed her, but because he was a fucking psycho and fucking with her, that's what did him in. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, that's what it. Oh man, it was so fucking just, and it reminds me of like Manhunter, the first one, right? Mm-hmm. And it's that great line. I think they used it in Red Dragon because, like, how could you not? But that line when Lecter tells the first agent, right? He goes, "How'd you catch me? Do you think you're smarter than me?" And he's like, "No, I'm not. I'm not even close to smarter than you, but I had tactical advantages." And he's like, "Yeah, like what? You're insane." Like that was, and that comes to rear its head in that Buffalo Bill scene, because had he not been fucking insane, he might have just, okay, let me just get rid of this. No one would have heard of
fucking Clarice again. She would have been
gone. Right. But since he's crazy and he has to fucking do this shit, like, oh man. And anyway, go ahead. What was I just remember, because that was the reason I picked it, is like that was one of the first movies I think for our generation, like you said, where like that was kind of we're starting to enjoy the adult shit now. You know, like we're starting to enjoy movies for grown-ups.
Well, I just remember you see her jogging and it's like kind of gray and like rainy out. And it's just like the feel of the film. It's like it's already like just being outside feels heavy.
Yes. Yeah.
And you're like, the whole feeling of the movie is just it's heavy, but it's not like I don't want to watch this heavy. It's like, why is this? What is this movie's making
just
me feel
feels
like
depressing,
this?
Right? Like,
and then she goes to see Lecter for the first time. She has to go down into that tunnel, and just the walk down that tunnel, it's so long, and you're just like, you keep seeing this freak show that she's walking by, this this entire cavalcade of freaks. And the fucking one guy fucking throws his load on her. It's just like,
and then the guy, before he throws his load, he's like, "I can smell your cunt from here."
Yeah.
And then like that scene, and then like just and then Lecter, what's like the third word he says? He's like, "What did Multiple Meg say?" So he could smell my cunt. He's like, "I cannot." Like, it was just like, oh God, this guy's. And then Jesus, Lecter with the fucking. So then. And then as she's leaving, Miggs throws the fucking jizz in her face.
Yeah.
And Lecter, that's what changes him.
He goes nuts.
Fuck you. He tells her, "I don't give a fuck about you, basically. Go fly home, Starling. I'm not here to help you." He starts
screaming. Yeah.
And then he decides a murdering cannibal goes, "No, that was rude. He shouldn't have done that. That was very rude of him, right?
Yeah.
He shouldn't have. I guess I'll help her because poor thing, she had to have this guy. And then what does he do? He talks that guy into suicide the whole night.
Yeah.
Just sits there and like
tells him to kill
himself, and the guy does it. And then the best delivery, right, is when Jodie Foster he asks, "Are you and your boss? Is he fucking you? Do you guys fuck?" And she's like, "That's." He goes, "I'm not going to answer that, Mr. Lecter. In fact, that sounds immature. That sounds like something Miggs would say." And he just goes, "Not anymore." Like, God damn. Like,
but like that whole scene in that tunnel, she's in no danger.
Right.
Because they're all behind bars. But the whole time you feel like she could die at any second.
What the fuck is going to happen? Oh, my God.
It's just crazy. Like, you feel like the way that's shot and the way it's written, the way it's directed, and the way it's acted, you're just like, she's not safe down there. But there's no way she could be.
There's no way she could get hurt, but fuck. And then, but that's also how you realize you're not safe with him. Even if he is behind a cage, he can still, like, he didn't lift a finger to kill Miggs. Right? He just talked the guy into suicide. Like, that's just, I got this motherfucker. Like, dude, I just can't. That movie, it's one of those, it's like Jaws. It's just, you stop and watch when if ever it's on, it's just like, there's, even if you catch it halfway through, you're like, nah, I'm in for the whole thing. Just, oh God. It was just, I just think that, like, it's just, especially Halloween, yesterday, it's just such a perfect spooky movie because it's so eerie and weird and spooky and creepy and unnerving and everything. I mean, my God, and then I also love the goodbye horses scene, right? Because you see obviously how crazy Buffalo Bill is, but like, I love how that, like, if you listen to the lyrics of that song, it seems to be somebody like rejecting what the world has given them. Right. Like, and so that's what he's doing. Like, he's rejecting the hand that was dealt him and thinking he's like ascending. But more importantly, the girl in the well, I love that she's like, fuck, I'm not going to die here. You know what I mean? Yeah. And she's like, I'm tricking this fucking dog into getting down here, and I'm fucking holding.
It's my one shot.
That saved her. That he probably was going to kill her had she not had that dog. Like, it was, it was just, that's how that song is just kind of describing what they're both going through. Man, I could watch that movie fucking 24/7. Such a great film, Sons of the Lambs. Oh, so now again, how quick does the Monster Squad figure out Buffalo Bill?
I mean, is the FBI even called? What's the point?
What's the point? They don't even need to interview Lecter to get clues to find if the Monster Squad is there.
Lecter's begging to talk to someone.
How did the cool kid with the leather jacket? Lecter just like shies away from that guy. Like,
he's afraid of him. I can't make eye contact.
I can't even fuck with this guy. So we brought it back to the Monster Squad. There it is, as always. I mean, that's kind of our thing, isn't it?
That's how the Ramble works. It's a big egg roll, right? We roll it up. We start here, and we roll it until it touches the other end.
Oh, and to think we almost wait. Do we ask that? Okay, do we switch Ice Pirates to Monster Squad? How quick does the Monster Squad take out Thanos? Think we might have to. Because they've gotten the most burn out of anybody here.
They have. Right? They have. It might have to be Monster Squad. We'll save Ice Pirates for another villain.
Oh, you kidding? Yeah. Whenever DC whips out, whatever James Gunn's big bad is going to be, man, that fucking shit. Monster
Bring it,
Squad,
Darkseid. Bring it.
Ice Pirates whoop the shit out of them. And lastly, who do you think was the most? I really wonder if there was any. Ralph Macchio had such a you can't beat him streak in the 80s.
Yeah,
like he took the dive as Pony as the in Outsiders.
Right.
He took the dive in Outsiders.
Sure.
But after that, man,
that was the deal though. You take the dive here.
Right.
You're getting a run.
And you're unbeatable in any Karate Kid movie. You beat the devil in Crossroads.
Right.
It just
and then you're gonna go away for a while. You
out-shred Steve Vai, and then talk about I'm sorry, but the ultimate assist to Joe Pesci with My Cousin Vinny. I'm just the ultimate. Here you go. Here's one for you. Here's a no look. You take this, Joe Pesci, and you run with it.
If Joe Pesci is Joe Montana, I think Ralph Macchio is probably his Craig.
He's Roger Craig. There's no question.
He's his Roger Craig. Not the focal point of the offense, but the offense doesn't move as well.
Hey, you need him out there. You need him out there.
He's not your Jerry Rice. He's not your John Taylor. But you're not the same offense without Roger Craig.
You need that guy out. Oh, what a ramble. There we go. Eddie Pence, what a great. You know where to find us. You know where to love us. We'll be back Friday for a Ramble Radio, a Ramblin' Radio from us kooky folk here at the. So thank you, please. But Eddie, these fucking people, could you please subscribe, man? Spread the word. 5-star rating, positive text review. I know iTunes ain't shit, but we need it.
Right.
We need
I don't want to have to touch. I don't want to dip into our Hemp Vita money. I really don't want to.
Come on. He's got a son. Don't make us do that. Guys, he's got a son.
Don't make us do that.
He's got a son who just started high school, and you're asking him to dip into the Hemp Vita coffers.
Come on.
God. Well, there you go. We love you guys. Stay safe out there. Hope you all had a fantastic Halloween. We will see you Friday for a Ramble Radio. Take care, everyone. Bye.